It's Morgan in my happy place. I had a couple of experiments that I actually recorded last night, but the lighting was so poor that I don't believe I'm going to post them. But the long and short of it is, I had gone to, building store Lowe's, and they were having a clearance on some really nice looking orchid pots, and I am a sucker for a nice looking pot. Um, these orchid pots. The problem is that I grow pretty much everything in semi-hydroponics, and so I was trying to figure out how to make that work with that pot. So I came up with a little something, and let's see if I can get it. I'm actually going to show you on another type of pot because it's basically the same principle. So let me make some room. Oh, sorry, it's very wet. So I just I did this with the orchid pot there, but it also works just as well here. This is just a standard 6-inch pot. So they have these 4-inch drip trays, meant for, let's see, or something like that. But what I did was I put it in here, and it fits beautifully. So that is acting as my reservoir. Sorry for the dirt, been gardening. So that is acting as the reservoir for both this pot and also this one. Now you can see I do have the leca pellets in there. Well, my theory was this is clay. It's very porous. It's hot here. It is humid, but it's very hot. And so it does get a lot of airflow, and the moisture evaporates. So I thought it might be okay. I live in southern Mississippi, by the way, so right off the coast, and it's pretty toasty. So I did do that with some of my poor struggling little fowls that are out here. This is one of them I did. This guy has a split leaf where it fell off the tree. Dogs have got it. It's just anyway. So when I was checking everything out, I noticed horror, standing water, because it's actually doing such a good job of being a reservoir. So I'm actually going to drill a couple of holes in it, and as I don't have a tripod, I'm going to come back in just a moment. Well, I don't know. Let me see if I can fix this where it'll work. Maybe, just maybe. All right, bear with me, and I'm just going to do it while it's all in here. There we go. This is a 1/4-inch drill bit, by the way, and I think that is going to do nicely. I'm going to do one more hole. There you have it. Okay, so problem solved. So I think for a hydroponic setup, this is actually going to work really well, being in the clay pot. Part of the problem that I had was deciding how to do the hydroponics in something other than the small plastic cups that, the little solo drinking cups, when they get bigger. And now Michael, who I am going to try to link to, has an awesome video tutorial about drilling holes for semi-hydroponics in glass containers. And I have to say, I did that last night, and it's worked really well, and I will be showing some of my glass containers that I got at basically the Dollar Tree, and did this, and they look nice. So thank you, Michael, for that. And I will try to update a little bit later because I did do a lot of changes and repotting last night, and been thinking about a few things that I wanted to talk about. And one of them is, and actually Rick L. Posted a video on some of his updates of his deflasking seedlings, and I had some that I wanted to do as well. I did do mine. They're actually in semi-hydroponics. I have not seen anyone who has done it in that. I'm sure they have done it. I just haven't seen it. So I will give some information about that. And then I also went and scared up a few pieces of wood from around our place. This is actually cypress off of one of our trees that just broke off. And this, I don't know how well this will work out, but it actually came from this ornamental pear where we had some storms come through a little while back. It had broken and actually was leaning on our house. So we'll see, make some use out of it maybe. But I do have, I didn't think about it, but I do have some cedar trees here actually. And I may go get the chainsaw and cut off a cypress stump. And, oh, just by the way, my blooming vanda. Let's go ahead and get it in there. So thank you for stopping by, and I hope to have a little bit better structured video coming soon. Thanks for watching. Please come again, and if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. So now I actually have a few different ways of growing semi-hydroponically. We're going to see in this environment what works best. If they all work equally well, then that just gives me more options. So just a little recap. I have this one. It does have holes all over it. It is an orchid pot, but I do have the little plastic setting down inside to act as a reservoir. This pot, I do have the same thing going on. Another, it worked perfectly in both of those. This one does not have the little plastic pot inside, and this saucer is acting as my reservoir. There are no holes. Again, the clay is pretty porous, so it should allow evaporation. It's not like it's has standing water in it like the plastic where it can't escape. And then I have this little setup where they're still small enough for the plastic cups. When they outgrow this, well, hopefully I'll have more information about whether something like this will work with the plastic cup inside and the holes in it, which, no, I don't have a plastic cup in there. Or, if I just want to go with something like a traditional orchid pot. Yes, you can buy the orchid pots that already have the holes in them, but quite frankly, they're not always available, and I don't find them in a smaller size. They're substantially larger than some of the other pots that I use. So we'll see how it goes and hope to keep you updated. Thank you once again.